Welcome back this weekend. Did some grinding on this right here. Had some welds from this cross member that had to smooth down. I don't know why I don't know if I think they maybe had this through the frame and then welded it back in the day. Because this thing was loose when I found it, when I got it back from my dad's house. And so I'm confused. My buddy Buck was saying that they ran it through the frame and then tacked it, but it was loose for me. And I put some bolts through it right here on both sides, because wasn't anything like this in there over here at all. So it wasn't like anything else was set like that. So I don't know why. Does anybody know if you guys' was welded through the frame? This cross member on the 74? I don't know. Because when I found it was like this, cockeyed. And the pictures I got from the 80s that I could see, this used to be in the right spot. But I also found right here, I just took the shock off, and like this shock tower is straight, but that bottom one's all cockeyed. So I don't know what happened, but I'm pulling the springs off right now to check out if these are good, since the frame had been cut, and since the frame's not right. Me and my buddy Buck were measuring it the other day, and some of these points don't match up on the frame. So I don't know if the frame's a little bit off, since it's not stock anymore as a cj5. So I got to make sure that my bushings are good on the leaf springs, so that when we measure, like from the center of the axle to the front, that they match up when we cut the frame. So I don't want to have any slop in these bushings, because the last time I replaced them was 1990, 89, or whatever. We put the new, these were like a Rancho 2.5-inch lift with these old Rancho shocks with the different adjustments on them, like from 1 to 5 or whatever. So we did replace it 36 years ago. Can't believe it's been that long. So I'm gonna pull these off, check them out. Obviously, gotta check the other side now and see how that shock tower is doing. Maybe I hit something back in the day, but let's check it out and see what happens. Yeah, those bushings look pretty toasted. It is worn out on the bottom. See right there, it's kind of oblong and worn out, so I'm gonna have to replace those to make sure that the axles are lined up straight. Cause it got a little bit of slop in there, so the axle won't be that far off, but I guess I don't need to take the rest of them off. So there's my springs that are my shocks. Oh, these things are shot. Yep, That's deader than a doornail. Guess it's just a never ending story. Guess I better get some leaf springs and some shocks ordered up. Wore out after all those years. Well, that's a quick, easy one this weekend. Need new leaf springs and new shocks and shock towers. So that's it for the cj5. See you on the next one.